What is an emergency bankruptcy filing in New Jersey? An emergency bankruptcy filing allows a debtor to quickly file a minimum amount of paperwork with the court to initiate the bankruptcy process. The debtor must then later supplement their filing with additional documentation within a set period, usually 14 days. This process significantly speeds up the time it takes to get a case filed, meaning that the debtor receives the protection of the automatic stay sooner. An emergency bankruptcy filing typically includes a few basic forms, such as voluntary petition for individuals filing for bankruptcy, Form 101, a list of creditors holding the 20 largest unsecured claims and their contact information, a certificate of credit counseling, Form 121. Reasons for filing an emergency bankruptcy. There are various reasons why a debtor may choose to file for emergency bankruptcy. Some of the most common reasons include imminent foreclosure, wage garnishment, bank levy, eviction lawsuits. Benefits of an emergency bankruptcy filing. The primary benefit of an emergency bankruptcy filing is the immediate protection it affords the debtor under the automatic stay. By filing an emergency bankruptcy, a debtor can stop foreclosure proceedings, eviction, wage garnishments, and lawsuits in their tracks. Other benefits of an emergency bankruptcy filing include time, stress relief, asset protection, rebuilding credit procedures. For filing an emergency bankruptcy in New Jersey. Filing an emergency bankruptcy in New Jersey gives you immediate relief from creditors and stops them from taking any legal action against you. This form of bankruptcy is considered a skeleton filing, as it allows you to submit the minimum amount of paperwork necessary to initiate the bankruptcy process. However, it is important to note that the debtor must later supplement their emergency filing with additional documentation within a set period, usually 14 days. Following are the procedures you need to follow for filing an emergency bankruptcy in New Jersey. Preparation of required forms and documentation. Before filing an emergency bankruptcy, it's vital to understand what forms and documentation will be needed. The main documentation is the voluntary petition for individuals or businesses, which is also known as Form B-101 or B-201, depending on the type of bankruptcy you're filing for. Some other forms that are usually needed include Summary of Assets and Liabilities, Form B-106, Schedules A to J, which details your assets, liabilities, income, expenses, and other financial information. Statement of Financial Affairs, Form B-107. It is advised to work with a bankruptcy attorney if possible, as they can help you navigate the process and ensure you provide the right information. Keep in mind that you'll need to gather relevant documents that support your bankruptcy filing, such as income statements, property documentation, and creditor correspondence. Submission of minimum documents. Since time-sensitive situations necessitate the filing of emergency bankruptcy, you can initially submit the minimum required documents. At the very least, you'll need to file the voluntary petition form, Form 121, and a mailing matrix, list of creditors. After submitting these minimum documents, you'll get an automatic stay, which stops creditors from taking further collection actions against you. Filing fee and installment payment plans. When filing for emergency bankruptcy, you must pay the applicable filing fee. The fee varies depending on the type of bankruptcy, Chapter 7, 11, 12, or 13, but can be as high as $338 for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Automatic stay and its implications. When you file an emergency bankruptcy in New Jersey, you're granted an automatic stay, a court mandate that prevents creditors from attempting to collect on your debts. The stay offers relief in several ways, such as stopping wage garnishments or bank account levies, halting foreclosure proceedings, temporarily preventing repossession of a vehicle, blocking the disconnection of utilities. Additional documents and completion of filing. The filing of a bankruptcy petition is only the beginning of the process. After your bankruptcy petition has been submitted to the court, you will need to complete several other tasks to ensure a successful bankruptcy outcome. Some essential steps to be taken after filing include submitting remaining documents, attending the creditors' meeting, and fulfilling credit counseling and debtor education requirements. Types of bankruptcy and eligibility for an emergency filing. Bankruptcy is a legal process that enables an individual or a business entity to get relief from their existing debts that they cannot pay. During this process, the debtor's assets and liabilities are evaluated by a bankruptcy court, and it may decide to either discharge some or all of the debts or reorganize them into a manageable repayment plan. When faced with an urgent financial crisis, one may opt for an emergency filing to provide immediate protection from creditors. Here are the types of bankruptcy and eligibility requirements for the emergency filing of Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy cases. Chapter 7 Bankruptcy and Emergency Filing. Chapter 7 Bankruptcy, also known as liquidation bankruptcy, allows a debtor to discharge most of their unsecured debts after selling or liquidating their non-exempt assets to repay their creditors. It primarily aims to give the debtor a fresh financial start by providing them with a clean slate. Chapter 13 Bankruptcy and Emergency Filing. Chapter 13 Bankruptcy, also known as reorganization bankruptcy, involves creating a repayment plan that allows the debtor to repay a part or all of their existing debts over 3 to 5 years while keeping their assets. This type of bankruptcy is ideal for individuals with regular income and assets they want to protect, such as a home or a car. Similar to Chapter 7, an emergency filing for Chapter 13 bankruptcy involves submitting the minimum documents required to initiate the case, which provides immediate protection under the automatic stay. Possible complications and risks of emergency bankruptcy filings. Filing for emergency bankruptcy, also known as a bare bones or skeletal bankruptcy petition, can provide immediate relief to individuals experiencing financial difficulties or facing imminent actions from creditors. However, obtaining immediate relief by filing an emergency bankruptcy petition comes with its own set of potential complications and risks. Call us today at 731-341-3800 for a free consultation.